A story of Brian Robson. Remember his story? Oh, yeah, there's this picture, a happy fellow there. As you'll find out, he wasn't always happy. He was from Wales. He went to Australia to work with the railroad. Had a promising job. They paid his way. So he owes them. He's committed. Got a contract. But he gets there and finds the accommodations, the hostel that they've appointed him is rat infested. It is just putrid. He is not staying there. What does he do? He doesn't have money to get home. He doesn't have any money. He's contracted to them. He travels around for a few days while he's waiting for his job to start. And he makes up his mind. He is not staying here. Makes a couple of friends, a couple of Irishmen there to work for the railroad as well. John and Paul. And Brian hangs out with them. One day they're walking back to the hostel and they pass a shipping company. And the shipping company has this slogan, "We can move anything, anywhere." We can move anything, anywhere. Brian says, maybe they could move us home. It was meant as a joke, but it birthed this idea. Wait a minute. If they can move anything, anywhere, why not? He goes and does his research, finds out exactly what it would take, what size box it would take to move him back home. He finds out that he can fit with his suitcase, somehow he didn't want to leave that behind, in a 30 by 26 by 38 inch box. So 30 inches by 26 by 38 inch box. And the plan is hatched. His two friends, John and Paul, the Irishmen, they agree to help ship him. He's going to take, he puts in his little crate there, a pillow, a torch, a bottle for water, a bottle for what has to come out, and a tiny hammer. That's going to be his exit out of the wooden crate once he gets to his destination. He's going to take a short flight over to Sydney, and then Sydney to London, and out of the box, and from there he knows his way home. So he crawls into the box, bids John and Paul farewell, thanks them for their help. They deliver him to the shipping company, no problem. IOU on the back end, so whoever receives the crate now has to pay. And off he goes. And Brian says, for the first 10 minutes, it was great. It was comfortable for the first 10 minutes. Well, the flight was a little longer than 10 minutes. 90 minutes to Sydney. Oh, he said it was torturous. His muscles began to cramp, and there wasn't a lot of oxygen in the plane. And just that 90-minute flight over to Sydney, my knees began to cramp, and when they're stuck, pressed up against your chest, oh, he said it was painful. But painful was about to get worse. When they got to Sydney, the nice guys that were unloading the plane crates had no mind for what was upside or downside, and they just rolled him out onto the tarmac upside down for 22 hours. He sat on the tarmac upside down. Finally, he was loaded onto a plane. Oh, he said he was in terrible pain. He was having dreams and in and out of consciousness. They put him on the plane, and that's how his flight went. At one point he dreamed he was falling out of the plane. He's screaming in the belly of the plane. Finally lands. It's unloaded to a warehouse. Oh, he's barely holding on. And then he hears the workers. Wait a minute. This is the wrong accent. Who? Where am I? Well, he didn't know. But the plane from Sydney to London was full, and so they put him on a flight to Los Angeles. And then a Los Angeles flight would take him to London. Well, that night in the Los Angeles airport, he couldn't take it. He knew he would die if he stayed in any longer. And so he pulled out his little flashlight, waiting until everything was quiet, pulled out his flashlight, turned it on, bumped, and it fell. And so now he's looking for it in the box. Where did that light go? Well, there's 2 workers headed out of the warehouse, and they see the box lit up. Wait a minute. Well, that wasn't their biggest surprise. Obviously, it got bigger when they got closer, and they saw between the slats, hey, wait a minute, there's a body in there. Brian Robson was taken out, sent to the hospital for a few days. He's in Los Angeles. He's just dying to get home. The news media is all over this story. So Pan Am did him a good turn, gave him a seat on a plane, first class, from Los Angeles to London. When he got to London, the news media backed the welcome area, the man who tried to ship himself home. Here's the point. We've often seen that light that we're supposed to take to the Gentiles, like the flashlight that we can drop, we can pick up, we can shine it, we put it back on the shelf right there. I'll pick it up next Sabbath. We'll go do a little mission work. Maybe we'll do a mission trip. Woo, that'll grab your light. But that's not what Paul said in Acts. Do you remember what he said? God has commanded us to be a light, us to be the light to the Gentiles. He's taking what Jesus said in Matthew 5 on the Sermon on the Mount. Let me put the words on the screen for you. Verse 14. You are the light. I'm not giving you the light. You won't have the light. You will be the light. All of a sudden, we read this much different. Wait a minute. It's not that I pick up the Bible in a Bible study and go give a Bible study to somebody and I'm a missionary, and then I go home and until next Tuesday night when I give them another Bible study, I'm back to normal. We are it. We are the light. We're the missionary. You can't hide the light. Verse 15, people don't put light under a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it out on a stand. It gives light to everyone in the house. You were never meant to be a secret agent for the kingdom of Jesus. You were meant to let your light shine. This is not a covert operation for you. Hey, nobody can know. I'm going to share Jesus. You were meant to shine. Verse 16, in the same way, let your light shine before others. They will see your good deeds, Dr. Miller. They will see who you are and what you do and how you treat people and the hospitals you raise up, and they will then glorify your Father. They will want what you have. You are the light.